Hello students, here I am again, Miss G. I am going to tell you a little bit today about Willem de Kooning as to continue along the lines of exhibitions at the MOMA and specifically abstract expressionism after World War II, which started in 1940s and on. So you already know a couple of names that have been mentioned over and over, such as Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, Barnett Newman, Franz Klein, and Willem de Kooning. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Willem de Kooning, who was born in the Netherlands, and he came to the United States as a stowaway. Am I pronouncing it correctly? On a ship. So he landed in Virginia, in Newport, Virginia, and then he transferred to New Jersey and eventually to Manhattan. And at first he was making a livelihood as a house painter, and he did all kinds of alternative jobs. He was not a famous artist right away, of course, so he was earning money as a house painter, as a carpenter, and later on a little bit of a graphic designer. And then he hooked up with some other artists in Manhattan once he moved to Manhattan, and he became a part of a group of artists. And from there he started to paint and became an artist. So he met his wife, who was Ellen de Kooning, who was also an artist, and she was 14 years younger than him. She was 20, he was 34, so they were both young. They met, and he taught her to draw, and he was very strict with her. He destroyed many of her works. He criticized her very harshly, but she must have been a masochist, because it is said that she liked it. They married. They never had any children together. Willem de Kooning had a child outside of the wedlock. He had affairs, as did Ellen. They lived in a so-called open marriage. They had their, affairs, and they both suffered from alcoholism. They both drank a lot, and they kept separating and getting back and separating again and all that. Then at one point, Willem de Kooning bought a little house in Long Island, sold to him by Ellen's brother. That's where he moved to, and that's where he lived out his life till the end. And he established a studio space there, and that's where he was doing his artwork. So what's interesting also is that, in spite of the fact that they had such a unusual relationship, I would say, his wife and him, his wife continued supporting him greatly by having affairs with people who could influence Willem's career, such as art critics, art gallery owners, and so on and so forth. So a curiosity about what women do for their men. So at the end they were separated, as I said, but after 20 years of separation they still, I think they got together in the end when he became ill. And actually, oh no, wait, the house was not in Long Island. Yes, in Long Island, in East Hampton. East Hampton is in Long Island, yes. So, right, Willem de Kooning, as he aged, he developed Alzheimer's disease. He was losing his memory, and he was quite unwell. So it is being questioned that all the artworks that he has created toward the end of his life how responsible he was for them, being he had Alzheimer's dementia. It's a terrible disease. It takes your brain away. And that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you about Willem de Kooning. And you already know about some of his work exhibited at the MOMA, the most important being the Woman series, which you already know that he has painted with impasto and as an action painting, and violent strokes and gestural brush strokes, and I don't know, to my mind it's a very ugly painting, but evidently it's very significant and important. So look at it, see it for what it is. It is also said that this Woman series was greatly influenced by Picasso, but you know, everybody was influenced by Picasso, including Willem de Kooning. Yeah, so abstract expressionism. Abstract because it's not representational, not realistic, it's abstract. And expressionism, you know, expression, this is expression. So it looks like he was expressing his anger or whatever when he was painting these women. So that's it for today, and I see you tomorrow. Watch the video, answer questions, pose questions, have a discussion, write at least 5 sentences, summarize what you had heard. Do this all in Google Classroom, okay? Bye-bye, see you tomorrow.